Hi, welcome to EQUITANA 2018, the IRT Way of the Horse. What we have different this year is we have Champion of Champions as well as a brand new breed. We brought in the Morgan horse, which is showing to be so versatile, so curious, so adaptable. But better than that, we have got 4 champions. We have Adam Sutton, Bruce O'Dell, Ken Faulkner and Tui Teka. And they've all won this competition previously, so we brought them together and introduced them to the Morgan horse. The reason why we brought them back is because it's our 20-year anniversary and we want to celebrate the Way of the Horse by giving you back 4 outstanding trainers. And I hope that you all enjoy the competition and hang on tight until we get to the 4th day, which is going to see us crowning our Champion of Champions for EQUITANA Way of the Horse 2018.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 amazing superstar judges from around the world. They have come down here to the Southern Hemisphere to watch what has become an institution at EQUITANA, and in our 20th anniversary, it is without further ado, from the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stacey Westfall. Direct from Europe, Pedro Torres. And finally, born and bred in Queensland, one of Australia's eventing icons, Mr. Chris Burton.
So we went through the selection process today where the guys drew a number out of the hat which determined which one of them was going to draw the horse first, second, third and 4th. Once we did that, they got a couple of minutes to walk through the herd of horses that we had here. We had a total of 8 horses, so they chose 1 each. And then we took the horses back out of the arena, we've drafted them off, and we've come back into 4 separate round pens over 75 minutes. These horses have been groomed and bred for this competition, and as we're seeing, we've got 4 champions out there, but they all have some differences. One thing you'll notice is that Bruce O'Dell uses a ball. He uses it to help the horse to understand what it's like to have things on top of him. There's also desensitizing with the ball and getting some curiosity out of the horse, and you'll see the horse really engaging with the ball. And of course, Bruce is using the halter, the snaffle bridle, the normal fender saddle that we see every day, and Bruce does a lot of thoroughbreds for the racing industry. So we were chatting to Bruce about different techniques, and what he said was he adds on the barrier training with the horses throughout the time that he has them at home to start. But then we're going to talk a little bit about Tui. What he did was he actually saddled the horse, got the bridle on, he actually rode the horse first up. But then he got off and put some long reins on and drove the horse, which no one else is doing here. The reason why he wants to do that is he wants the horse to understand he can go forward, he can move as well as apply his steering and getting some left and right and stop and back up. It's really interesting that Tui uses that. It sets him apart from everybody else. Ken Faulkner is a very hands-on, very soft feel. Ken loves cowboy dressage, he represents it here in Australia, and what they look for is a light feel through the reins. So you'll notice with Ken that he's doing a lot of his giving to pressure and yielding and steering when he's on board. He's actually asking the horse, go left, go right, go forward, stop and back up, and he's got the reins onto the bit pretty quickly. Adam actually has the only Mauritian here, which is the Friesian Cross, Morgan. Now what we see with the Mauritian horse, it's quite up front, it's a little bit more sensitive. That's why they're great for a performance horse. So Adam's had to work really, really hard on getting the horse to relax more. He's just naturally more sensitive. So what we notice with Adam that no one else has done here is he used a rope around the girth of the horse and forewarned the horse that the saddle was coming. Although horsemanship can be quite similar, all these trainers have things that set them apart. Now we're at day 2. And this is where the horses can score the trainers. The horses are telling the trainers, you did a good job yesterday. You can pick up from where you were. We'll notice that the guys are getting the saddles on and their steering is more established. So the horses are assuring the trainers that everything was done confidently and competently from the day before. And that's a really good indicator of a great training system. All the guys got them saddled, got them bridled, got on them, and we even had walk, trot and canter. And here we are at day 3 on the IRT Way of the Horse EQUITANA 2018. So what we're going to see today is these trainers are going to start to set these horses up for their final test. On day 4, trainers and horses need to go out and do what we call a skills test. And it's going to highlight how much control they have of the horse, how much of a connection and partnership they've created, how much trust. We've got barrels out there, tarps, we've got poles, we've even got some stock whips going on. So these trainers are all explaining to the horse, we've got more to come. You need to be confident and trust me, and whatever I point you to, I want you to be happy and curious and go out and try it for me. Once that skill test arrives, that's going to expose exactly how good a job they have done. I think we're going to see the best skills test we've ever seen in 20 years.
Competitors, are you ready? People of EQUITANA, are you ready? Well, I think we count them down. 3, 2, 1. We're underway for the final day of EQUITANA's Way of the Horse.
Thanks, Tim. So what I'd like to do now that we're on day 4 is I want to bring you all up to speed on what's going to happen today. So instead of the 75 minutes, they only get 40 minutes. Now, as you've seen over the last 3 days, they've had a compulsory 10 minutes that they must be outside of the round pen. That is not necessary today. And the reason why they're only out for 40 minutes is because they are going to each get 15 minutes out in this arena on a skills test on their own. So having 40 minutes here just to refresh and say hello to the horse again and touch on some of the stuff that they've been creating. And then they're going to go out the back here when we're finished, wait out there with their horses and come in one at a time. Absolutely amazing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, working MCM Joel, please welcome EQUITANA Melbourne champion from 2010, Mr. Adam Sutton.
Whoops. Yeah, I know. You'll be right. It's been a pleasure showing you what we can do in a short amount of time, but you know, it's not a short road. Horsemanship, it's a long road. It's a fun journey. It's got its bumps and its bruises and its parts where you throw yourself in the dirt and I'm not doing it. You know, I've been there, and everyone's been there. If you haven't been there, you're not pushing your limits. But we learn every day from them. And that's what I think we've got to do. Instead of us teaching them things, which we can do, but we've really got to listen to this thing. You can see, it's hot in here. I don't want to put her under any more emotional pressure than she's already done. She's done amazingly already in such a short amount of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the arena, working MCM Kubla Khan, it is Mr. Bruce O'Dell.
I think that might be good enough for him. So. Yep, looks better this way. My word, it does. Look at that. Good boy. So what I'll do, as soon as I've done most of the obstacles, I'll get off and pick his feet up and let him have a little anti-stress. Good boy. You're right, mate. You're right, mate.
And at that point in time, as he dismounts, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Bruce O'Dell, MCM Kubla Khan.
Good boy.
Working MCM Mia from Hawke's Bay in New Zealand. Please welcome Tui Teka.
So I'm just really happy to be amongst three really good horsemen, and I feel very privileged. I'm 25 years of age and I'm always learning. So thank you all for allowing me this opportunity. She's telling me, Tui, forward in here is different. I don't blame her.
Tui, unfortunately, you are out of time.
Thank you very much.
Please welcome him, our final competitor, Mr. Ken Faulkner.
Let her find it. And if she doesn't get to do it while I'm on her back, that's fine too. You're good. You can do it. Good kid. Good kid. Good kid. You can keep going. That might have been me.
Unfortunately, the clock has ticked over at 15 minutes. That is time for Ken Faulkner.
Everybody put your hands together for EQUITANA IRT Way of the Horse 2018 Champion of Champions, Bruce O'Dell.
We'll now invite Mr. Chris Burke from IRT to present the winning trophy. And while we make the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Tui Teka, Adam Sutton and Ken Faulkner. Bruce O'Dell, the All-Stars Champion of Champion. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd just like to thank everyone who's put this EQUITANA, like the Way of the Horse on, Sandy, Dave, judges to come over from a long way away to judge it for us. Not all of us, but some. All the other competitors, I'd just like to say thank you. I don't know whether there was really a winner, but I think we all won in the end. It was a great team of fellas to work with. Thank you, IRT, for being a sponsor of this. And I'd really like to thank my wife, because without her, I probably wouldn't have even made it here, because she's my organiser. And she can talk for me too. I hate talking. I'd like to thank my little family up here for coming down. Much appreciated. Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been great.